Hello, my crypto news subscribers and anyone new to the channel. I apologize that my videos have not been much more lately than me just talking in front of the camera. Had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm kind of out my good computer right now. Had it crash a few weeks ago, and I've had trouble recovering all my work. I had to pay like $1,500 just to get what was left on my hard drive that they could recover. And it's been a little difficult to do anything without that good computer Alienware of mine. I wanted to do a little coronavirus update. As everyone is aware, it is turning into what they call a pandemic. Right now it's still classified as an epidemic, but predictions are that it will become a global pandemic. Numbers are varying. The official numbers are something around 60,000 contracted, with the new way that they're testing is just with the CT scans of the lungs. So it's not really as accurate as the testing going on before, but they just are running out of the test kits in China. So I wanted to touch base on that and my thoughts. People like me in the conspiracy theorist arena have been preparing and expecting a event like this for many years now. We have known that the powers that be would like ultimate control, and they have tried through various means, such as climate change, to get this control that they want over the global population and consolidate power into a global one world type government, the New World Order. We know that this pandemic is definitely happening. To what extent, we do not know if it's worse or not as bad as what they're saying. However, the effects of it can be the same either way. Mass consolidation of power. The U.S. Army has been mobilized to help with the civilian population here in the United States to be quarantined. So much for posse comitatus. They are going to use the military against the American people, and this is something we have feared for a long time. I hope everyone has their nano silver handy, and any other type of vitamins, nutrients, minerals, trace minerals and whatnot that can help boost your immune system as well as fight the virus, because antibiotics will not be effective. And because of the supply chain with China, we are dependent on them for the majority of our medications, and we will have a shortage shortly, if not already. And we've been having shortages in the prescription arena for many years now, and it's just going to get worse. Also, there are going to be food shortages. Food prices have been rising for many months and years now, and especially the last few months, it's only going to get worse. You will see global food shortages as predicted by the mainstream and alternative media sources. Everyone should be planting their gardens. We call them Liberty Gardens, and they should be you should be getting in your spring gardens here pretty soon. In Texas, you could already get your transplants going, start your seeds, get ready. That would only just give you a little boost there, depending on the size of your garden. Even if you can only do a couple of pots here and there, every little bit's going to help. Food supplies will be shortened here in the United States. You may not be able to get what you're normally used to getting, as well as the prices will be much higher, if they will even be on the shelves. Hopefully this won't happen, but it looks like it's going to. So I just implore everyone to get prepared as much as they can. I used to be a lot more prepared because of financial instability in my field. I have had a lack of preparedness the last few years, and we've had to actually get rid of a lot of our stuff, which is sad, because this is going to be the year we need it, and we have the least amount of it that we have had since we started. But that's typical in the way things go in life, so I'm not going to harp on that too much. But I would like everyone to see my point of view, that this is a power grab, and whether it is real or not, the effects of it will be. So I would like everyone to try to prepare and get ready as much as they can, because if nothing happens, well, oh well, you're prepared. And a lot of those preparedness means can be stored for a very long time, and practices can be used in the future, such as getting used to growing gardens, what you can grow in your area and how well, just kind of predicting, what your abilities can be in the future. If nothing happens, it's good practice. However, I do think it's going to be time to have already done all that stuff and be ready to do some mass production of your own this year. I would like to also point out that the gun control stuff is really going full speed behind the scenes this year. So that's kind of worrisome. That it seems like all the different areas and aspects of all the stuff that we've talked about for so many years are really coming to a head now. So I'd like everyone to make sure that they have, whatever guns that they would like and whatever ammo that they would like. Go ahead and have it and get it ready, because you may not be able to buy it next year or even the year after, or maybe even this year. I don't know. But it just looks like all this stuff's coming to a head now. So make sure you have what you need. It's good to be able to protect your family, even if it's just from a robber or, someone trying to carjack you or whatever. And that's most likely what you're going to need it for, especially if there becomes mass turmoil and civil unrest. That's probably what you're going to need it for. A lot of people say that it's for the government. I don't think we would ever have to use it against the government, and if we do, we don't have any chance anyway. So but it wouldn't hurt to be prepared for any situation that could ever come, because you never know which one you will have to use it for. Usually the most unlikely scenarios become the most important scenarios, because they're the scenarios that we are least prepared for. So just be prepared for everything and anything. Preparedness doesn't hurt anyone. I'd like also touch point on the fact that all this Carnivora COVID-19 has been widely publicized, and there are talking points that are all the same across the board, which makes it very likely to be a false flag. So I just want people to be aware that the cohesiveness of the mainstream media all over the world makes it very suspect of some type of false flag. There's the Event 201 and also other scenarios that have been played out here recently by Bill Gates and by other gaming institutions to basically put out, it's widely known that they have to tell us what they're going to do before they do it. So it's definitely looking like it's a planned event. It's even, Bill Gates even said that, there could be a intentional release of a engineered weapon of mass destruction, and or unintentional. And so when you have this kind of cohesiveness in the media, it's very worrisome. And it's very similar to a 9/11 event. This is a very covert type 9/11. It's not as in your face as the buildings being blown up and planes being flown into it, but it has the same effect, and it may even have a greater effect on our psyche and our society as far as their willingness to go along with anything that is asked of us by our government or institutions. So just keep that in mind. Don't be fooled by anything that's coming out. Don't overreact. Don't underreact. Just be aware and always question everything. Always. The more you learn, the more you know to question everything, and the less you know that you know. So that's something that I have become more aware of. The more I learn, the less I think I know, and the more I question even my own beliefs, and that's a good thing. We never know what we don't know, And you'll never know what you don't know if you don't question what you do. So just also that, keep that in mind, be aware, and be very questioning of anything that happens. And I can't think that that won't help. So to wrap it up, I want everyone that listens to my channel to be prepared, to get a garden growing, to start expanding your abilities in food preparedness and health preparedness, health awareness. It doesn't hurt to be healthy. It's very hard to do. It's very expensive to do. But give it a shot. And, just be aware and prepared. Try to question everything. Know that things are going to happen, and they're not going to be within our power necessarily to change. All we can do is be aware and spread the news, spread the wealth, help your neighbor, and grow your own food. I do think that this global pandemic will be very useful to the powers that be, and will most likely be the means that they need to crack down on the civilian population. I do believe that there will be some mass quarantines this year, whether it is from the virus or whether it is a means, where the virus is the means to do so. If you were a totalitarian government, this would be the perfect excuse to get rid of your dissidents. No one's going to question someone being dragged out of their house if you say that they have the coronavirus or COVID-19. So be aware of that. If you start seeing Americans disappeared, or any civilians of any population being disappeared, question it, because it may not be what they're telling you. And so just everyone be prepared and aware, and I would like to hear more from everyone on their thoughts. If you watch this video, let me know what you think, and I'd be happy to hear you out. Crypto News out.